Hey everyone, Captain Surgery again with Real Fire Training, and we are going to continue the conversation and talk about another type of pressure reducing valve. This one we're going to talk about is a Zurn ZW4000 factory set pressure reducing valve. Just understand that as I explain this, there's many manufacturers of this type of valve, and they all work essentially the same way, so if not exactly. So again, this is a factory set Zurn valve or factory set PRV. This is a valve that we're not going to be able to make adjustments to on the fire ground. It's set in a factory and shipped to the job site. And I actually have a picture of the side of the box when they send it back to the job site. So you can see it's the valve here, the model number, and then it'll tell you what floor, standpipe number. So these come back to the job site and they get installed. The problem for us with these is when they're improperly set or improperly installed. Now, maximum discharge pressures allowable out of a standpipe is 175 psi, but they can be set as low as 100. And there are factory set PRVs that are set certainly well below 100. We've seen them in the range of 60 to 70 in some of the buildings around here. So they can be extremely problematic, especially if you're leading off with 1 3/4 hose out of your high-rise pack. You're not going to get the pressure and or the volume out of the end of your line. So some features about this valve. If you remember the one that we had on last time, it was a regular old standpipe valve with a pressure reducing device on the top of it. In fact, it's right here. So this one here. All right, so if you look at some of the features, we talked about the device on here, but if you look inside, if you remember, this was a threaded stem, which meant there's no internal components to reduce pressure with the valve. If you look at this one, it has a smooth stem. All right, so that's going to be indicative of some type of pressure reducing valve, whether it's adjustable or non-adjustable or factory set. It lets you know that there's it's a pressure reducing valve. The other thing about these series of valves and these types of valves, they have this ring around the top that you could see. Some of them stick out past the valve body, but you see this little brass smooth ring around the tops of the valves. Lucky for us too, this one also says on the side of it, pressure reducing valve, so it makes it fireproof. But not all of them have that on there. You just got to get out there and know what's going on in your buildings and what you guys have. So again, big problems with these are the improperly set valves, and the pressure that you get is what you get. If this thing delivers 80 or 90 psi, and you could drive 500, 600 psi into the building, into your standpipe risers, but you're only going to get a certain amount of pressure out of here. So I encourage you, if you have the ability to go out and flow test the buildings and put hose on the standpipe outlets and open these things and throw some inline gauges on there and some flow meters. It'd be interesting to see what you get out of the buildings in your jurisdiction. So again, I'll wrap up. Factory set Zurn, this one specifically is ZW4000, but a factory set pressure reducing valve. Thanks everybody. Have a good night.